Chapter 11. The Digital Mirror, Modern Deception. In the physical world, we have the triple threat: feet, torso, hands. In the digital world, the hardware is hidden. We are often reduced to a 720p box on a screen or a string of text. This creates a status vacuum, where the brain works overtime to project a script of perfection while scanning others for signs of a threat. The 720p lens, video call dynamics. When we are on a video call, the neocortex is in overdrive. We are looking at our own reflection as much as the other person, effectively monitoring our own mask in real time. The framing shield. Notice how people curate their backgrounds. This is the modern version of ventral fronting. A bookshelf, a clean office, or a minimalist wall isn't just decor, it's a status broadcast. Conversely, someone who keeps their camera off or uses a heavy blur is often in a state of ventral denying. They are hiding their vitals from the group. Eye-level dominance. In my corporate experience, I observed that the axis of dominance applies to camera angles. Those who position their camera low, looking down at the camera, are attempting to project high status or dominance. Those who position their camera high, looking up into a camera, are accidentally broadcasting a submissive or diminished posture. However, there are cases, like my own, where this is a tactical choice to hide a double chin. This stems from a primary driver, vanity. And vanity is often just the defensive side of jealousy, the biological urge to maintain a high-status image to avoid being perceived as lesser than the competition. The typing loop and cognitive load. In text-based communication, SMS, Slack, email, we lose almost all limbic data. We are left with the system lag, the ... indicator. This is the most honest part of digital communication. If you ask a question and see the typing bubbles appear, disappear, and reappear, you are witnessing a high cognitive load. The person is not just typing, they are editing the script. They are deleting their first, often honest reaction, and replacing it with a managed response that protects their status. The over-explanation. In my pharmaceutical and customer service days, I learned that the truth is usually concise. In a digital format, when someone provides a 4-paragraph response to a yes or no question, they are padding the shield. They are using a wall of text to hide a resource leak. Social media, the global jealousy engine. This is where the root of the rot finds its greatest efficiency. Social media is a platform designed to trigger the status alarm every time you scroll. Curated reality versus ultimate truth. We are comparing our behind the scenes, our internal noise, to everyone else's highlight reel, their managed script. This creates a constant, low-level amygdala hijack, the "I told you so" online. Notice how quickly people dogpile on a successful person who makes a mistake. This is collective jealousy in action. By participating in the downfall of a high-status individual, the noisy observer feels a temporary surge in their own relative status. It is the digital burning of a library, marketing as a resource leak. As someone who has worked in marketing for years, I have seen the dark side of this industry. Modern marketing is often the deliberate cultivation of jealousy. It shows the consumer a better version of life and tell them that their current status is insufficient. The rage of the prestige brands, jealousy as a catalyst. A darker behavioral phenomenon occurs when the gatekeepers of prestige marketing witness the success of purposefully bad or low-fidelity strategies. While the outward expression in the boardroom is often anger or hatred, the root cause is a deep, systemic jealousy. When a multi-million-dollar, cinematically perfect commercial is outperformed by a grainy cringe or low-budget meme campaign, it doesn't just create a crisis of ego, it creates an envy of the unfiltered. Why bad strategies trigger corporate jealousy. Jealousy of the unfettered. Prestige brands spend billions to maintain a polished, rigid narrative. They are jealous of bad marketing because it thrives on a chaos and authenticity that the corporate machine is structurally incapable of replicating. They hate what they cannot become. The efficiency gap. There is a visceral jealousy in seeing a low-effort post generate 10 million organic views while their $5 million Super Bowl spot requires another $10 million in ad spend just to remain visible. They are envious of the competitor's ability to achieve the fix without the overhead of the prestige. The mirror of rejection. This jealousy forces companies to realize that the withdrawal they have worked so hard to manufacture is being bypassed. They see a consumer who prefers the raw and the ugly over their polished manipulation. This triggers a resentment of the consumer's autonomy. They are jealous that they no longer own the consumer's attention. From envy to hatred, jealousy drives it all. This suppressed jealousy eventually manifests as a performative hatred for the changing landscape. It is a refusal to adapt because their entire identity is built on being the prestige authority. They aren't just losing sales, they are losing the power to dictate the terms of the status chase. The anger they project is merely a shield. Underneath, they are haunted by the fact that their expensive engineered reality is being rendered obsolete by the very authenticity they are too scared to embrace. The deduction, an increase in predatory marketing, directly contributes to the noise in civilization. It keeps the population in a state of constant, unconscious friction, making a conscious phase shift nearly impossible because everyone is too busy trying to buy their way out of the sting. Of course, this is a sliding scale that extends far beyond the boardroom. Marketing isn't the only force exploiting the prime mover. This same mechanical friction governs your personal digital life. Every social media platform is essentially a high-frequency status laboratory. Example, the like disparity. Imagine you post a high-effort photo, something you've squared and polished. It receives minimal engagement. Simultaneously, a friend posts lower quality or low-effort content and receives a flood of validation. The surface emotion, frustration, annoyance, or a sudden drop in mood. The social script. It's just annoying that people have such bad taste. My content is objectively better than that. The root deduction, jealousy of validation. Your brain doesn't see a like as a digital icon. It sees it as a social resource. When the other receives more of that resource for less effort, your internal fairness calibration breaks. You feel a status drop. The sting you feel toward your friend is the brain's attempt to devalue their success, to protect your own perceived competence. The mechanical trap. Social media forces you into a state of constant calibration. You are no longer looking at your life through the ultimate truth, how you actually feel. You are looking at it through the relative signal, how you appear compared to others. This is where the addictive loop becomes dangerous. You begin to post for the fix. If the fix doesn't come, the amygdala triggers a status emergency, leading to the chronic anxiety and system freeze we see in the modern digital age. You are essentially letting an algorithm manage your status alarm. This chapter is a clinical autopsy of how our ancient biological hardware struggles to process the status vacuum of the digital age. It reveals that our screens are not just windows for communication, but highly engineered status laboratories, where every 720p frame, blurred background, and typing indicator is a managed script designed to shield our vitals while scanning for external threats. From the eye-level dominance of a Zoom call to the high cognitive load hidden behind a flickering ellipsis, we are constantly editing our truth to prevent a digital status drop. At its core, the chapter identifies a systemic resource leak fueled by predatory marketing and social algorithms that monetize our status alarms caused by the rot of jealousy. Whether it's a prestige brand's suppressed jealousy of an unfiltered viral meme or an individual's internal fairness calibration breaking over a lack of likes, the result is a state of constant calibration. By trading our ultimate truth for a relative signal, we have allowed the digital mirror to trap us in an addictive loop of comparison, making a conscious phase shift nearly impossible as we attempt to buy or post our way out of a perpetual sting. We are no longer living for our own truth. We are living for a relative signal managed by an algorithm.